Yeah, guys, so when you're looking for a job, probably one of the most important things to do is to make sure you're qualified for the job. It's a problem that John O'Connor sees every once in a while. He's the president and CEO of Career Pro Inc. in Raleigh, North Carolina. John, it's important to do your research, isn't it?
It's very important to be as specific as you can with any kind of research you can pull on the company, the culture, the atmosphere, and just any news on anybody that works there too, what their background is, their likes, dislikes, and of course you can just read the company mission statement or whatever from the website, but there's often much more research that should be done.
Now, we're in an age of a lot of competition, a lot of folks getting laid off, and a lot of times it's a numbers game because, you've got to send out all these applications. How do you maybe budget that time to make sure you're not spending too much time researching a particular company?
Well, that's a very good point. You can certainly get overly analytical at a time where you need to be productive, but if one of the ways to practically use research and information is to include potentially similar keywords in your resume or even in the language that you speak about your jobs that the company has used to perhaps describe challenges that they faced, or even looking at an ad, if you have one online from that company, you should at least highlight and know the language that they speak. I mean, because sometimes, a word for customer service could be customer relationship management at one company and customer service at the other. So being very sensitive to the language of that business and that opportunity can make a slight or big difference in your consideration when you send in a resume, for example.
Practical tips coming up next. I'm Paul Matadine. Do you need a spark to ignite your stagnant job hunt? Well, we here at Job Hunt News are ready to do the job. Head over to jobhuntnews.com and schedule your free consultation to learn how we can provide weekly one-on-one kickstart sessions that could be exactly what you need to get your job search into high gear. Act now and we'll even give you 3 sessions for the price of 2. That's 1 free. We all need people in life to help us keep moving, and here at jobhuntnews.com, we want to see you succeed. And now back to the interview. John, the internet is a tool that we've all grown used to, but in the job hunt, it's pretty critical, isn't it?
Oh, well, yeah, it's very critical. I think that sometimes job seekers will stay in their house a little too long every week, just hunting on the web and not getting out in person. But you have to really balance your time. It certainly can absorb you and be very productive, or it can be not as productive.
What are some practical tips? Maybe a step-by-step. If you lose your job today, what's the first thing you should be doing?
Wow. Why don't you set some short-term, as in, what do I need to do to perhaps stem the wound, or deal with the emergency room situation if you're really in kind of a crisis situation, if you didn't expect it, or if you've got some unusual personal or professional challenges, due to a firing or layoff or whatever. You really have to kind of say, what do I have to do to just get stabilized? And then if you have more time, or if you have outplacement, or you have some savings, or it's not hitting you as hard immediately, what are the long-term goals? What would you like to see accomplished? Where would you like to be interviewing, and when? So setting very clear, timed goals, not ones that if you miss them, you're going to be upset and overwhelmed and very emotional. But setting clear goals based on a calendar is critical.